Hi, this is Mrs. Ganey, school counselor at New Holland Elementary. I'm here today to do another Sandford Harmony lesson. Today we're going to talk about problems and limitations of stereotypes. But I do have my friend back, Marvin. Marvin, can you say hi to the kids?
Hi, everyone. I'm glad to be back with you. Miss Kenny, what's a stereotype?
Well, sometimes when we stereotype, we tend to look at groups or people, certain type of people that we overgeneralize and we think that they all like the same things or they all do the same things. Um, kind of like you sometimes told me that you like to play with Barbies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of times a stereotype is that only girls like to play with Barbies.
But I like to play with Barbies too sometimes. Sometimes I get in trouble because I cut my sister's Barbie hair all off.
And that is something that boys and girls can both do. And there are a lot of generalizations or stereotypes like only girls wear pink or only boys wear blue or only boys play basketball. Those are all stereotypes. And we know that both boys and girls like to do those things or might like those colors. So we're going to go on and we're going to look at some of the things that we want you to be able to do today after today's lesson. These are your I can statements. The first one here is I can discuss how things can be for everyone. Another thing that we would like you to be able to do today is I can identify problems associated with stereotypes of objects, activities, and roles. And the last I can statement that we'd like you to be able to do today is I can explain how it is important to respect people's choices. So today we're going to be watching or actually reading a book called The Relay Race, and you're going to notice that we're going to have some stereotyping in this story. So I want you to think about the stereotyping, and what we're going to be looking at is stereotyping that we tend to do with girls and boys. So I want you to listen carefully to the story.
That's how we got together, side by side, you and I, all kinds of weather. I feel connected, I feel accepted, I feel like I belong here. Oh, you listen to me, you hear what I say. The relay race. What are some activities that you really enjoy doing? Have you ever heard someone say that certain activities are only for some kids and not for other kids? Thinking that things should only be for some groups of people and not for others can happen because of stereotypes or assumptions, something accepted as true without proof about what people are like. Everyone has different interests, and it is important for people to be able to choose what they like and what they want to do. In this story, a group of kids face a situation in which people plan activities for some kids and not for others, based on stereotypes. As you listen to the story, think about how it would feel if you were told that you shouldn't or couldn't do some of the fun activities you mentioned earlier. Annie stood on her tiptoes and tried to look over the heads of the kids standing in front of her. I still can't see the team list, she said, turning back to her friends Max, Maddie, and Gabriel. It was the week before the annual Harmony Street block party, and teams for the big relay race had just been posted at the community center in the park. Everyone was eager to see their team assignments. I've never been in a relay race, said Max. What's it like? A relay race has a bunch of different challenges, explained Annie. Each person on the team gets to do a different one of the challenges, and the first team to complete all of them and get to the finish line is the winner. When the kids finally made their way to the front of the group, they were very surprised. "Look," exclaimed Annie, pointing at the sign. "There's a boys' race and a girls' race this year. It's never been like that before." Gabriel frowned. Now we can't all be on the same team." Max and Gabriel had been paired together on one of the boys' teams. "See what Annie meant about the different challenges?" said Gabriel, pointing to the map of the boys' relay race. "Someone on our team will go to the first station and throw 3 balls into a basket. And then the next person runs to the second station and counts backwards from 50 as fast as he can. Then someone has to jump over a hurdle, and then the last person on the team has to get on a scooter and race to the finish line." "So how do we figure out who's going to do which challenge?" asked Max. "Well," said Gabriel, "I play catch with my parents a lot, so I can do the ball challenge pretty well. What do you want to do?" "I'm not sure," answered Max, "but I wish Annie was on our team too. She's faster on a scooter than either of us." "Hey, Maddie, you and I are on a team together too," said Annie as she looked at the map for the girls' race. "Let's see. For our race, you have to jump rope 10 times at the first station. Then, at the next one, you sing Happy Birthday twice in a row. After that, you have to braid 3 long ribbons together and then cartwheel to the finish line." Annie wrinkled her nose as she turned to Maddie. "I really wanted to ride my scooter in the race," she said. "Well, I hope you know how to braid, because I sure don't." "No way," answered Maddie. "When I try to braid my own hair, it looks like my cat did it. I always have to ask my brother to do it for me. Max is really good at braiding." "So what do you think about the relay races this year?" asked Gabriel, as he and Max came over to their friends. Annie sighed. "I don't know why there are separate races this time. Relay races should be for everyone. Besides, it would be so much more fun to do it together." "I think so too," agreed Max. "We'd be able to try all of the challenges instead of just some of them." As the kids were talking, Miss Denny, the school principal, walked by on her way to the community center. "Is everything okay?" she asked. "There are going to be separate girl and boy relay races this year at the block party," explained Maddie. "That's not going to be as much fun, and it isn't fair either. There aren't boys' things and girls' things. All kids should be able to do the same things if they want." "Well, why do you think they might have decided to have the races this way?" asked Miss Denny. Said Annie. "Maybe they thought we wouldn't want to be on teams together. They might have thought that boys and girls wouldn't like to do the same kinds of things," suggested Max. "Or did they think that we're good at different things?" wondered Gabriel. "Okay," said Miss Denny. "So what do you think about that kind of thinking?" "Well," said Maddie, "I don't think those things are true. I think all kids are different, and the same in a lot of ways. And I have fun with all my friends." The other kids agreed. "So," continued Miss Denny, "what are you going to do about this?" The kids decided to talk to the director of the community center. Miss Denny went with them, and they explained that separate relay races wouldn't be fair or fun. The director said that he hadn't thought about it like that, and he was very glad that the kids had spoken up. Everything should be for everyone, he agreed. The director put up a new relay race sign and announced that now there would be one race that included everyone. The next week at the block party, all the kids in the neighborhood gathered for the race at the starting line. Annie, Gabriel, Maddie, and Max had joined together to make one big team. "You've got your hair in braids today, Maddie," noticed Gabriel. Max grinned at him. I needed some extra practice for the braiding challenge. Annie zoomed back and forth on her scooter, and Maddie did some quick cartwheels as they waited for their team to be called for the race. Good luck, kids, called Miss Denny from the sidelines. No matter how you finish the race, you all make a great team together. The kids smiled at one another. We sure do. Your silly smiles bring me laughter. That's how we got together.
So, Marvin, what'd you think about that story?
Well, I don't like it when they separate the boys from the girls. It really is not a lot of fun because we like to do the same things. Like, I like to do cartwheels, but I also like to play soccer with these long legs that I have.
So, we did learn that sometimes you got to talk about it too, and they did that. They did the right things, didn't they?
Yeah, the kids went and they told them it wasn't right and they changed it so that all the kids could be in the relay together. It wouldn't just be a boy and a girl relay separate.
Okay, well, we have another activity for you. If you look right down here, make this one bigger for you so you can see it. Okay, what I'd like you to do is pull myself right back up here. I would like you to get a piece of paper out, and if you have to stop the video, you may do that. And I want you to make a T-chart. And when you make that T-chart, you're going to label the two different categories. And one label will be, if you look right here, games that girls like. And then the other column will be games that boys like. And I want you to shut off the video for just a few minutes and take your time and think about, and we're thinking about stereotypes, like what are games that you know for sure that girls like? And what are games that you know for sure that boys like? And I want you to try to make a list. And we're going to give you a few minutes to do that, and you can shut off the video. Okay, we're going to come back on, and hopefully you came up with at least 3 or 4 games in each category. And I want you to think about it, talk to your parents or someone that might be with you, and ask yourself, is there something on, if you're a girl, is there something on the boys' side that you might like to play? And if you're a boy, is there something on your girls' list that you might like to play also? Because remember, we are trying to understand that just because it might be a boys' game, a girl might like playing it too, and the same thing with a girls' game. Some boys might like to play that too. Okay. Okay, I want you to look at the next video that you're going to watch. And this is about a 9-year-old soccer player, a girl. I want you to watch this video, and then I want you to answer this question. What if someone told you that soccer was only for boys? What would you say? And I want you to remember that you need to make sure that you let them know that all activities can be done by boys or girls. Soccer can be for everyone. You get to choose what to play with and do. You should always respect the choices that others make. And then when you're done watching that video, you're going to go over to a short animated film that I have. And I want you to watch this short film about how society stereotypes babies at birth. What two stereotypes did you notice in this short clip? And you might want to watch this with an older brother or sister, or your mother, your father, your grandparents, or someone. That way you can have a discussion about the stereotypes that you notice when babies are first born. And I hope you enjoyed this lesson. And I hope next time that there's something that you want to do, you can remember that you can do anything that you choose.